So you can look at me actually, so
Yeah, great.
you don't need to get the camera.
Great.
So my first question is, what do you do?
I am a life coach, and I hold for people as they release whatever unconscious blocks are in the way of what they want. That often turns out to be helping women release anything inside that is buying into a misbelief that they're not worthy of marriage, of love, of intimacy, of love. So I work with a lot of women to receive love. And then I also work with both men and women, really letting go of any blocks to authentic success, often receiving a business, really allowing their life's work fully into their heart, into their consciousness, and really allowing themselves to receive the spiritual support that manifests that for them.
That's awesome. So what steps did you take to do this work now?
That's a great question. I really feel like I was asked to do this. I got to a point where I was in marketing, working for an organization I'm in love with, but I heard the calling of doing something more, and that call really was to share my own voice, to have my own business, to really allow Spirit God to work through me. And so I started in the mornings dialoguing with my soul and really receiving what that next step, what my business might look like. And I heard coaching, and I had a lot of judgments against coaching, and I tell this joke a lot, but I think it's still funny. LA doesn't need another coach, and so I really judged that. And yet it kept coming in. I kept just hearing that call to really take the experience that I had received from my master's in spiritual psychology. Let me say that again. And so I really felt called to take that experience and those lessons that I'd received through my master's in spiritual psychology, through my doctorate in spiritual science, and to really just share how my life was working in such a beautiful way because of the work that I had done, the healing, the loving that I had really allowed for myself. So I just started offering to do free coaching, just to see if I was any good at it, to see if there was actually something there for me. And the first couple of the first couple of free pro bono clients I had, well, actually the first one, this is kind of amazing. The first client I ever had, I worked with a gentleman in Amsterdam, and we worked over the phone. And he came to me, he was a friend of my husband's. He came because he had such profound panic attacks. And within 3 weeks, he no longer had that same anxiety, those same panic attacks. And yeah, it was a really life-changing experience for me. Because I really received that it wasn't a function of me, but it was really just a function of me holding for him and the truth that was so clear and present to him, if only he slowed down and really received what was important and what wasn't important in his life. So yeah, from there it's just been a very organic being led within in terms of the work that I do. And now I still do one-on-one clients, which I love, but I'm really expanding more in terms of groups, working with larger and larger groups online.